One of the things I've come to realize with reflecting upon me and my life regarding relationships is that I didn't understand my self-worth and my self-value. Therefore, I chose to settle for anything, meaning that I accepted anything that an individual offered me simply because I did not understand my value. And with that being said, not understanding my value, the ways in which people chose to give to me and to love me, it wasn't healthy. And I continued to allow that for so long simply because I did not love myself the way that I should have loved myself. And not only did I allow those things pertaining to relationships, I allowed those things as well when it came to jobs and stuff like that. And with that being said, when it comes to jobs, I wanted so hard to be viewed as an asset instead of a liability. So I constantly attempted to overgive in more ways than you could even imagine, simply because I was trying to prove my worth, which I constantly overgave of myself. And how the two connect is simply because when it came to jobs and it came to relationships, I overgave of myself in the attempts to try and prove my worth, simply because I wanted individuals to see me for who I truly was, versus an individual reciprocating that same energy, time, effort, and love that I was willing to give. I didn't receive that. So by not receiving that, it was more like I was settling for less by allowing people to give me what it was that they chose to give me. Me not knowing on a subconscious level that it wasn't enough. It wasn't sustainable for me. And the same thing goes with the jobs. It wasn't enough. It wasn't sustaining me. Therefore, by settling for less, that was me letting the universe know that, hey, I am content with what it is that I am receiving from these individuals regarding love, yet alone these jobs regarding the amount of pay and the treatment that I received from them, simply because I did not value myself, simply because I did not know my self-worth. And now that I provide myself with the love, the self-love, the nurturing, and the care that I desire, by providing it to myself, it's that much easier for me to realize when someone cannot provide me with the love that I know that I deserve, simply because I know my worth and my self-value, because I provide that to myself first and foremost. And the same thing goes with the jobs. I know that I am worth more than what it is that this job or that job is willing to pay me and or give to me. Therefore, by me knowing this, I can make that conscious decision that, you know what, this isn't a good fit for me. So as I move forward and I progress throughout life, having this understanding within myself and knowing my self-worth, I can make those decisions to be like, you know what, it's not you, it's me. You can't give me what I can give myself. Therefore, I'm gonna have to put a stop to whatever it is that you are trying to offer me simply because I know that you're not going to be able to love me or to provide me with the amount of love that I need to sustain me, to provide me with that sense of stability emotionally, physically, financially, and or spiritually. And that goes with the jobs as well. I know the effort, the time, the energy, yet alone my ability that I can provide to a job when it comes to my work ethics. So, seeing that you can't provide me with what I need in no way, shape, or form, so that I can maintain a sense of stability to even want to come back to this job, regarding the pay, the amount of hours, yet alone how you treat me, there's no reason for me to remain at this establishment in no way, shape, or form. These are just the things that I've begun to notice within me and my life upon reflecting upon my life in regards to my past. And so now that I know these things, I have been able to make the proper adjustments when it comes to the job offers that, come my way that I choose to, partake in, as well as the relationships and things of that nature. It's not that I'm not open to, love, or I'm not open to the job offers and working for other individuals. It's simply me knowing my worth, what it is that I'm capable of, what it is that I know that I can give, what I can provide, what I have to offer to anyone regarding anything. If it cannot reciprocate what it is that I bring to the table, what it is that I have to offer, if it cannot match my energy and reciprocate that in a healthy fashion, then it is not for me. Because if I allow it and I accept it, all that is doing is letting the universe know that, hey, I am willing to settle for less. And I am not willing to settle for less in no way, shape, or form when it comes to anything, simply because I know my worth. I value myself. I have respect for myself. I know what it is that I am capable of, what it is that I can provide regarding anything. Therefore, I am fully and completely open to all options and opportunities and all of the above. I am more than ready and willing to commit my time, my energy, and my love to a relationship. It just has to reciprocate what it is that I have to offer. And the same thing goes with a job. If I can provide to you my time, my effort, and my energy, along with the work ethic that I possess, then I expect the same thing in return in regards to proper treatment, proper pay, along with the amount of time that I should receive from working on a week-to-week basis. If you cannot sustain me and provide me with what it is that I have to offer, what it is that I'm willing to give, then I'm not open to receiving whatever it is that an individual or an establishment is willing to give me. It's all about reciprocity when it comes to me. I already have high standards, and I don't place high expectations on individuals, but I do desire for an individual, yet alone an establishment, to match my energy, to reciprocate what it is that I'm willing to put out there. You pour into me in the same fashion that I'm pouring into you. But I am not going to be pouring into you, yet alone your establishment, overfilling your cup while draining myself simply because you can't pour into my cup in the same fashion or in the same capacity that I pour into yours. It just doesn't work for me. And that's just where I stand now at this moment in time regarding me and my life. So this is just something for, people to think about when it comes to, relationships, yet alone jobs. When you begin to settle for less, knowing that you are more than able and capable of providing more, all you're doing is showing the universe that, hey, you're willing to settle for less. When you know your true value and your self-worth, there's no such thing as settling for less at all. Simply because you know that, hey, you can provide yourself with that self-love. You can provide yourself with that stability. You can give to yourself in ways that other individuals can't, in ways that other establishments can't. Therefore, if you don't know your self-worth, then there's no way that you can expect someone else or another establishment to provide you with what it is that you desire deep within your heart, your mind, and your soul, simply because you are operating at a low frequency, showing the universe that, hey, I want this, even though I feel like I'm deserving of more, but simply because I can't manifest it or I can't attract it, I'll settle for this. No, I'm not doing that over here. That's not how I operate, and that's not how I get down. That's not what I'm doing at all. So with that being said, like I said, when you know your self-worth, you should demand more when it comes to relationships as well as jobs. And if they can't meet your demands or your expectations, that's when you have the option to make the conscious decision on if you're willing to stay and settle for less, or if you're going to say, nah, you know what, this doesn't align with me, my soul, and what it is that I'm attempting to accomplish, so I'm going to have to part ways and exit stage left. But you have the power. You have more power than you believe. You just have to see that and understand that first and foremost, and then go from there by making whatever decision it is that you need to make regarding you and your life. You have the power. You are worthy. But you have to believe in that. You got to see that within yourself first and foremost. That's just me, and that's where I stand. I'm not sure who honestly needed to hear this message, but I hope it reaches the individual that it needed to. In all honesty, love and light. Stay blessed.